Hello everyone, and welcome back to what could be the last episode of Okami HD, so it might be a little bit longer. So there were some things that I did in my free time. I did max out the health bar. I went back and did like a few things that we hadn't done before. I got some power-ups for our lightning power by visiting the clock tower. I did some fishing, got some new moves from the dojo, that sort of thing. I did get some more equipment, including the tundra beads. I was able to buy that in one of the in Cyan City. So I was able to do that, and I obviously got some gold dust, so I was able to max out our solar flare and things like that. So just some small things, really nothing too crazy. And I did do a race with Kai in the forest. So there is that. So I just went through and I also finished the bounties, like some of the bounties. And I was doing some demon horn collecting, that sort of thing. Just some small stuff, really. Nothing too crazy. I am going to go ahead and save on a different file. There we go. So that I can go back if ever I want to go back and do something else. But I am going to go ahead and talk to some of our people. What's up, Samical? The Ark of Yamato. They say it fell from the heavens. It is indeed imposing. The wall of ice shall shatter and open the way to the heavens when Kutone glows silver. The prophecy's wall of ice is not the demon's blizzard. Rather, it is the ice on our perpetually frozen lake. Amaterasu, if that ark is the way to the heavens, then you must embark upon it. Though we have not known each other long, I can already tell what sort of being you are. For you, the realm of the gods lies ahead. It is a journey the rest of us cannot take. You knew that, didn't you, Amaterasu? Alright, and now we can go up the altar. The Ark of Yamato. It's floating in the sky. How can such an enormous thing like that float in the sky like that? It must mean that the old legend is true. The legend about how this ark, which was sunk in Laoki Lake, it fell from the celestial plane and into our world. It says the Celestials who fell to our world with it were eaten up by countless vicious monsters. By the army controlled by the evil ruler of darkness, Yami. So the Ark of Yamato is related to the powers of darkness. Well, that was strange timing, but aight. Tuskle, I'm scared. Poor kid. Alright, so let us head into the final area. Well, wait, Amy! You know what'll happen if you cross this rainbow bridge and board the Ark of Yamato, don't you? I mean, that boat is bad news. The people of Kamui all know that. It's the most hated and feared thing in all the land. Even the legends have nothing good to say about it or Laoki Lake. And you know there's no turning back once you board that thing. Huh? You look like you want to say something. Resolve? You mean you've got the resolve to pass the point of no return? Do you have the resolve? Of course. I see. Well, I guess this is it then. Amy, don't you go dying like you did 100 years ago. This part always makes me so emotional, so I'm trying to ground myself. Wait a sec. Well, we've been through a lot together. How long's it been since we first met? It all started in the Valley of Sakuya's chest. Then we laid the smackdown on Orochi. Then that fox wench. We even went inside the Emperor's body and traveled to the bottom of the sea. Then before I knew it, I found myself back in my own land. And now it all ends with the appearance of the legendary Ark. But for you, it's just the start of an even greater adventure. Sorry, Amy. I'm afraid this is where we say goodbye. See you soon, you jerk. As I told you from the beginning, I joined you so that I could steal those 13 brush techniques. We found them all during our travels. And now each and every one has been etched into my mind. His little flower. It's not like I've mastered them yet, but I plan on having loads of fun with my newfound skills. It's a bit sad to see you go, but you gotta do what you gotta do. Take care of yourself, pal. No, Amy, no. Look, you're a god. I'm a sprite. We live in completely different worlds. The road ahead may be a tough one. But it's one you're just gonna have to walk alone. Aww. I know. It's just, I got things I need to do too, you know? Now let's wrap this up. Can't stand long goodbyes. Farewell, my furry friend. Hold it right there, furball. Aww. How many times do I have to tell you? We gotta go our separate ways. Now leave me alone, you thick-headed lump of fur. He's right, ma chérie. Your way lies with this arc. Hi, Waka. You again? At last. At last, a path to the heavens has opened up. Oh, fantastique. How long have I yearned for this moment? 200 years? No. It must have been much longer. Bah! What are you babbling on about now, you big fruitcake? The path to the heavens? On that creepy old hunk of junk? What a fitting exit for a half-baked prophet like you. I have no idea what you're up to, and frankly, I don't care. I'm not a part of this anymore, so I'm gonna split. Have fun, you two. Afraid of the legendary arc, are we? What did you say? Well, if you must go, then go. Besides, only those worthy of the trip to the heavens may board. You never had a ticket, and you never will. Why, you witless, two-bit, half-baked prophet. You're just trying to trick me into getting on that stupid boat. I'm not gonna fall for something like that. I'm no fool. So there. Wait a sec. I know. Maybe I should just hop on board. Yeah, and then I should tear the place apart as a little parting gift to you. Don't do it. Don't do it. Ooh, Don't blame me. I already told you. Only those worthy of the trip to the heavens may board. But you didn't need me to tell you that, my little bouncing friend. You know very well why you can't board this ark. Do I not speak the truth, little celestial envoy? The bridge is fading. Well, it's about time. Isun! Isun! My little friend. I have another prophecy for you. Listen up, because this will no doubt come in handy for you. It takes two to tango. The bond of the brush shall intercede. So stupid. I thought I'd give you the long version, since it was my last. Pretty good, don't you think? Those unwilling to fulfill their own destiny cannot board the ferry to the celestial plane. Life is all about resolve. Outcome is secondary. It is resolve that determines the value of your life. You have no doubt met many such resolute people in your journeys. Well, my little bouncing friend, I must bid you adieu. Shall we, ma chérie? We have a date with destiny, and we mustn't keep her waiting. I don't want to leave him. Aww. It's always so sad. Ugh, it doesn't even matter, like, how many times I've beaten this game. It's always so sad. Okay, anyways. So we obviously can't go back. We're not allowed, because this is the final moment. Okay. My goodness, I can hardly believe it. My eyes may have been enveloped in darkness all this time, but I know a divine being when I see one before me. Okami Amaterasu, you've returned home. I, Marco, would like to welcome you on behalf of all the Celestials. Celestial being Marco. Oh, I made a mistake. I said that you'd returned home, but of course I was wrong. This is the inside of the dreaded ark which fell from the heavens. It's nothing like our wonderful home, the celestial plane. Alas, only my spirit remains in this world. It's been imprisoned here for many years. Perhaps it was my destiny. Okami Amaterasu, I'd be so grateful if you could bestow upon us a small gift. Not only for me, but for the others who succumb to death. In exchange, I will give what I can. I'm sure that it would lift everyone's spirits. Yeah, I'll give an offering. What would you offer? I'll offer demon fangs. Oh, I don't have anything, so I'll take one of these. Yeah. And then let's see what he has to buy. Money. Buy. Ooh, gold dust. Yeah. Do that. And I don't think we don't have anything to sell. So let's see. We have 2 gold dusts. Thought I had more, so obviously I'm missing something. Because I should have more, but I probably have to buy it from someone I haven't bought it from yet. Okay, so I don't need to save right now, but if we look around, there's obviously a multitude of doors. So essentially this is a boss gauntlet, and we can I believe we can take it in any order that we want, but I'm just gonna go one at a time. So this is the one for Ninetales. But yeah, essentially that's what it is. It's just, this is just a boss gauntlet. Goodness, if I'm not mistaken. You're from our home, the Celestial Plane. It's you, Okami Amaterasu. Who would have thought we would meet again after all this time? All my waiting under the dark, cold ice has paid off. We Celestials may have lost our physical form, but our spirits live on and are with you for all eternity. She's so pretty. Celestial being Hakuba. We were heartbroken after the battle on the Celestial Plane, when you fell to this world with that monster. We managed to escape before it happened, but little did we know the tragedy that was about to befall us. After we ran away from the battle, we boarded the Ark of Yamato, hoping to get away. But not long after we set sail, countless monsters appeared from the depths of the Ark. Having nowhere to run, all of us were devoured by the monsters. This Ark, which was built by the lunar civilization, turned out to be a cargo ship designed to transport thousands of monsters. Not long after setting sail, the Ark lost its rudder and plummeted down to this world. The Celestials on board, each and every one of us, were slain. I don't know why the Moon Tribe built such a thing, but when the Ark fell to this world and brought such tragedy, well, it was nothing short of a disaster. Okami Amaterasu, it seems that the Ark has begun to move again after all this time. But this place is like a nest of dark beings. Please take care not to be sucked into the darkness. So, Kaguya was obviously part of the Lunar Tribe. And the Celestials and the Lunar Tribe, the Moon Tribe, they're all kind of like the same yet different. They obviously have things in common, being that they are beings from another world. One part that you guys missed, because I didn't put it on camera, was when I was doing the mini, like the side quest to stop a thief in Cyan City. And we take a mask we take a mask back to one of the Tau troopers, which were supposed to protect Queen Himiko, and they work under Waka. And they explained that Waka is 200 years old, and when you go into their hideout, there is a bunch of that lunar technology. So piecing it together, doing the side quests pieces a lot more together, but obviously it was something that I kind of did off camera because I just want to show the main game and leave you something to explore for yourself. Okay, so we obviously have to wait for... There's wood. Okay, so we just have to... Yep. Don't you even start with that. Alright, so... I'm not too worried about the scores because obviously, like, this is a battle that we're gonna win regardless. I wonder if we could, like, do it ahead of time, but I guess not. I was trying some of my new dodge powers, but obviously it doesn't work too well. That old one cracks me up every freaking time. Now all we have is Ninetales herself. What is this angle, though? I mean, obviously we won, but still, what is that angle, though? It wouldn't let me zoom out for some reason. Oh, that was horrid. Doo-doo-doo. Give me my score. Yeah, damage could have been better. You're right, you're right. But yeah, there are still some things that I had to do on this account. Obviously, I haven't finished the bestiary. I finished the bestiary. I haven't finished the fishing tome. I haven't finished collecting all the stray beads. I don't even have all the treasures and things like that. Okami Amaterasu. It seems one of the dark beings has disappeared. If only all the evil power would leave our midst, then I'm sure the Ark would return to the celestial plane. Ah, I was ready for immortality. But now it seems the time has come for my spirit to take leave. It's brought joy to my heart to have met you before I depart. I hope that you will return to the celestial plane, Amaterasu, and that you will bring light to this world once more. So now, as you can see, this part of the bridge is blue, because we've cleared the evil. So, like I said, we're just gonna take it one at a time. We can heal up in between if we have to, but it's not really necessary, but if we had to. I am saving all my items, though, for the final boss. But like I said, this is kind of just a boss gauntlet, and the bosses don't take too long. Alright, next one. Probably could have just broken the pots, gotten the same result as far as the healing, so... I don't even know what one we went into. I wasn't paying attention. Oh, it's you! Oh, nice. There's no pillars for him to run into, so it's a little bit different. Fighting him in these, areas is a little bit, complicated, so... That's the only thing with these, is that, There we go. He's really, like, fast, but I want him to charge over here. Yeah, we now have it to where, our freaking, our jump actually causes damage. This should end him. Yeah. So like I said, mechanics-wise, there's no pillars, so it does make the fight a little bit different, but ultimately not, like, super hard. Also, remembering the mechanics is another thing, too. I don't know if this will be a longer video or a shorter video, but, I mean, we still have, what, 3-4 bosses to go, and then the main boss, and then we have all the post-credits, so might be a little bit longer. Not really sure. Just hope another... There we go. I was to say, there should be something in here. Boss battles are the things I remember the least. Like, I remember the stories, I remember the puzzles for the most part, like... I remember the platforming sections, but for some odd reason, boss mechanics is just something that just doesn't stick in my mind. I don't know if this is like an issue for anybody else when it comes to games that they've played a billion times, but there's certain parts that I can remember, and then there's other parts that I just don't, for whatever reason, so... Alright. I wish that there was a way we could just, like, walk, like, around, to the next one without having to go to the center, but... Like, if there was, like, an outer circle or something like that. Alright, this one's the spider boss, so this one will be easy. This one will not take us any time at all. So... Ah! It's you, Okami Amaterasu. I did wonder when the Ark began to move. Lo and behold, it's the guardian of our home, the celestial plane. Celestial being Sado. Why did such tragedy befall us? This ark was built by the lunar civilization as a rescue boat. It had been enshrined in the celestial plane for many years. We believed it would be safe. In order to ensure our future existence, we fled to the ark when the monster attacked us. How could we have known this ark would become our coffin? I don't know. Maybe it was our destiny. Perhaps it was all decided from the start. That monster, Orochi, who attacked the celestial plane, had suddenly come flying across the sea of stars. And after destroying our people and our homeland, it went on to cause pain and suffering in this world. Perhaps it was all preordained by the Moon Tribe. Okay, there we go. So for Okami the sequel, I was thinking about this the other day. For Okami the sequel, I was wondering what route they would take, and part of me was like, oh man, you know, a prequel, you know, for the past of Shiranui and Nagi, like, that'd be pretty cool. But the more I thought about it, the more I basically came to just think about how we essentially don't know what befell the celestial plane. We know that there's more to do once Amaterasu makes it back to the heavens, just based on this alone. So, it's just one of those things where, I just, like, forgot that these bosses have, more, stuff. They're a little bit tougher. I mean, they're supposed to be, but still. I remember I had so much trouble with this boss when I was younger, which I think is silly now, because it's the easiest boss by far. So usually nowadays in my playthroughs, it's one of the first ones that I tackle. But I was thinking that, with the resolution of this game, like, there is a lot that we still don't know, because Okami didn't really cover a lot of it, you know, so we still have a lot of, like, unanswered things, and, so I feel like, obviously, with the sequel, it needs to be just that, a sequel, but I really don't want, I don't want it to be placed in Nippon again. I don't want it to be, anywhere that's like Earth, you know, whatever. I forgot she can absorb my freaking powers. There we go. That's perfect. But yeah, I really don't want it to be any place that is, like, considered, like, Earth. I would rather it be, you know, based on, the celestial plane. You know, something like that. And she's dead. That took a little bit longer than I expected. I know I'm not using, like, the best, like, I guess, like, loadout. Okami loadout, you know? because obviously there are things where I can equip like two reflectors, and those will be better, and or I could equip two glaives and could do it that way. But I don't know. I don't really like those builds. I've never liked those builds. I like having the long range. I like having this build. I like how I have everything put together. So, I mean, my time and my damage, it's gonna be a little bit different than some people's, just because. Okami Amaterasu. I sense the presence of someone here on the Ark. Could it be that man from the Moon Tribe? I can feel his pain, somewhere deep down inside this Ark. Amaterasu, you must save him without a moment's delay. You must stop the seeds of tragedy from being sown. In order for the evil in this world to be exorcised, the sun god Amaterasu must return to the celestial plane. I pray that you will watch over the world from the heavens, and that you will bestow peace upon us all. I mean, yeah, obviously, you can start seeing where things are a-stirring. This is Orochi. You can see where things are stirring now. Where the plot is thickening. There's a man here from the Moon Tribe, and I'm sure that you're able to put two and two together. It's Waka, he's from the Moon Tribe. And he obviously has some sense of guilt. Therefore, he must feel somewhat responsible for what befell the people from the celestial plane. Come on. Pick up. Locked in, so I know that the commentary is not like super fascinating or anything. I'm just kind of zoning out. Oh, get up. I was gonna say, get up. Because we gotta go and take care of this bell. Show it what up. There we go. He's a little tanky. And we are obviously fighting perfect Orochi. As you notice, this is not the one from before, so we already know how to handle this one. We can also handle these two at a time if we want to. Even though the fire does make it a little bit harder. For some odd reason, it won't let you get too drunk at once, so that's kind of annoying. But this does seem to be going pretty fast, all things considered. So like I said, boss gauntlet's really not bad. It seems really intimidating, but I don't think any of the bosses in Okami, even though they have been difficult at times, I don't think any of them have been particularly, like, challenging in a way that is just, like, impossible. So, like, I don't really see this as being, like, too terrible. Obviously, it's meant to, I think, more psych you out than anything and just use up your resources, because you think, like, oh my gosh, this is it, I've got to fight every boss. And again, I don't really think it's that bad. I think it's, again, more to just psych you out, and if you're not prepared, i.e. if you haven't done the side quests, and if you haven't really, you know, learned how to use your abilities in a quick fashion, I think it's probably going to be worse than what, you know, it is for me right now. And you're probably thinking, well, she's getting damaged. Well, that's because I'm not paying attention to the fire, and I know I'm not. I'm not going to waste my time on that, because I know this isn't going to kill me, you know? I would care more probably if, I would probably care more if this was something that was going to actually kill me, but I know it's not, so not really too worried about it, because especially since this is the last head, so I'm not too worried about it, all things considered. Especially since we don't have the cinematics for this one, we don't have to worry about playing the part of Nagi chopping off all the heads. Like, we literally just have to defeat Orochi just like this. Time was good, damage was not good, but again, it's just because I'm not using powered up versions of using two of the same type weapon. And I can increase my godhood and all that to make sure I'm getting max damage, but I'm not going to worry about that. I'm saving that. Saving all my items for the final battle. Though I am going to go around and collect all the resources I can. Now, I obviously do have another series planned after this because you guys have already voted. It is going to be Nier Replicant, which is why I'm trying to get this finished. I've already got Nier Replicant on my computer, ready to go. Probably start that sometime this week. I have been really busy. I haven't really been feeling the best, so... and like I said, I'm really trying to steel myself so that maybe this will be the first time I don't cry when it comes to this series. I love Okami. I love everything about it, but it means so much more to me than just a game that I really enjoyed. You know, it was a game that I shared with others, that I cared about truly, and, you know, with them being gone, you know, it's something else. It's a different experience when you lose someone close to you, and they were a fan of this game just as much as you were. I've been waiting for you, Okami Amaterasu. My fleeting spirit will disappear at any moment. I'm glad I was able to hold on long enough to meet with you. Celestial being Azumi. Long ago, you and Orochi fell together to this world. Then you waited for the Chosen One to put an end to Orochi's life. You waited patiently for countless moons, until finally the Chosen One, Nagi, was born. Together you sent the monster of the moon to its fate. You didn't realize it, but that was just one ripple in the wave of darkness. It's exactly 100 years since the legend of Nagi. The monster was quietly recovering its strength for all those years, until it used Nagi's descendant, Susanoo, to complete its revival. And once again it tried to destroy this world. When you defeated it, the next stage of its plan began. It cursed the land with its evil power. And the world was soon overrun with monsters from the Ark. Orochi's evil essence was more than enough to power them all. The smoldering powers of darkness exploded throughout Nippon. And the world was thrown into a storm of chaos never seen before. After that, well, you saw with your own eyes. The evil powers that left those monsters you defeated have all gathered here in the Ark of Yamato. Exorcism of the roots of evil is a daunting task. You must keep your eyes open for what's in the center of it all. I will do my best. So it seems that Orochi came from the moon, which means wherever evil originated, it attacked the moon first, and then seemed to kind of like slowly start a takeover of everything. Of the moon, of the celestial plane, of Earth, of all of it. It's basically what I'm getting from all this. Man, there's a lot more vases in this one. Ooh. There we go. Last one. Yeah. Better than nothing. And then Blight should be our last one, because I don't think it makes us fight Lechku and Nechku. Oh, I should have timed that better. Blight has always been the easiest one, which I think is crazy because Blight was actually one of the harder bosses, I think, whenever I first started playing this game. Yeah, time and damage, I know. It's because I timed that one really badly. His first draw. Okay. But yeah, I think it'd be silly to fight Lechku and Nechku again, like, so soon after we just fought them. There we go. Okami Amaterasu. It has begun at long last. The waves of darkness have finally begun to roll. All this evil power, I cannot hold on much longer. Amaterasu, there is one final thing I must tell you. The man of the Moon Tribe with the golden hair. I want you to tell him something. The Celestials will never forget how he fought alongside you when Orochi attacked. We are forever grateful. Alright. I'm not gonna save, but I am going to use this to heal myself. But it is finally time. Now, normally, I could spend all my money and get items, but I'm not gonna. I think I'll be okay. Okami Amaterasu. Just being able to see you with my own eyes. I can't tell you how much joy it brings me. It pains me that I can't remain with you until the end. But I know that you won't let us down. Now I must join the others. But I'll never forget you, and how we used to play in the fields in our homeland. I pray that you will always shine bright, Amaterasu. Aww. Just the image of, like, Amaterasu running around with, like, Celestials in a field is just so cute to me. But it is time. It is time for the final boss. There you are, Amaterasu. I thought I could handle this before you arrived. But it seems I've met my match. This brings back memories, Machete. Remember when we faced Orochi together on the celestial plane? Behold, it is shrouded in darkness, but make no mistake. This is none other than Yami, the evil ruler of darkness. It was he who slew the Celestials on board this very ark, and brought misfortune upon the land of mortals. Of course, it's too dark to see his true form now. And so it begins. The dreaded day of darkness is upon us. And with the sun covered, Amaterasu is weaker. Yep. He steals all of our powers. Distorted time and space brings about this phenomenon. This ill-fated day only occurs once every 100 years. Nobody, not even the gods, has the power to stop it. And there he is. There's Yami. Still, I shall stand firm and fight this battle. For it was I who brought the Ark of Yamato to the celestial plane. But I was oblivious to the evil that lurked in its depths. I caused the death of countless innocent celestials, and brought a curse upon the land of mortals. However, I cannot reset my actions nor undo the past. And there he is. Amaterasu. Orochi can only be defeated with the power of the Chosen One. That's what I told you, and you waited for me without question. You waited patiently in this land of mortals. You waited for the day that Nagi, the Chosen One, was born. You believed in me despite knowing that I count myself among the ranks of the accursed Moon Tribe who had escaped from the lunar realm. I was deeply moved by your earnest spirit. That is why my faith in you has not waned since that fateful day, when we engaged Orochi in battle side by side. Amaterasu, you must return to the celestial plane. You must do so in order to bring peace to this world. Waka. Here we go. Alright, so, tools, what we got? Slightly damages nearby enemies. Use that. There we go. There we go. Rejuvenation. Power slash. There we go. And this is why I saved my items. Now granted, I should have bought more of them, but I don't want to cheese the whole fight, you know? Green sprout. Make him bloom. Make him bloom! There we go. Oh, I don't have the water technique. That's a bit of a problem. There we go. Cherry bomb. And what I should have done is I should have actually equipped my, freaking, my fire tablet, and then I would, well, no, that actually doesn't work for, that just works for a while, though. There we go. Okay, it's not time to bloom him, so we'll slash the crap out of him. Platforming time. Darn, I was hoping I could get to it, but I guess not. And the next phase. Because of course it's a boss battle, final boss, so you already know it's going to be multi-phased. Fire. That's fine. There's that one. Hit it back, dude. Nope. I don't have that. I was gonna say, damn. And this is why we saved all of our Infinity Stones. There we go. God, I hate this phase so much. Okay, we got Inferno. Okay, it healed me, so I don't care about that. It's giving me ink, I don't care about that. Oh, I almost fell off the edge. Oh boy. Man, oh man, oh man. Oh, this phase is the worst. I'm not a gambling person, you know? Veil of Mist. We almost have all of our stuff now, though. Now that we have Veil of Mist, we can slow it down. Oh, damn. There we go. Give me that fucker. Alright. And you saw that priest that was there? He was the one from Blight's temple. Oh, this one. God, I hate this thing. Eh. Eh. So we kind of just gotta hit him when we can. This one's a little bit more hectic just because. There we go. But this is what I like about this phase. There we go. Like I said, you just save all your items for this one part. This is one battle. And we're not even, like, halfway done. Nice. Go. Now obviously it is taking longer for us to get some of our powers back. Each phase is going to get harder and harder, so I like that we can get items, not that I typically need it right now, but Thunderstorm. Alright, so we almost have all of our powers back. we can electrocute his tendrils, and when we do that, then he'll open up. So basically with each phase, you're essentially just waiting for, like, the perfect thing to happen to where you can, like, get past his defenses. There we go. Now everybody, when they saw Yami, they're like, that little, like, fetus fish thing? That's, you know, that's the Lord of Darkness? And it's like, yes it is. Oh. But we're not done. Don't be fooled. We are not done. It is not over. Easoon! Not bad for a ball. Well, you know the drill. Let's have one of those famous howls of yours. Then we realize we're all alone. Yikes. And there it is. True form Young. And all of our powers exhausted. Bah, that furball's always spacing out like that. Amy can't get anything done without my help. Is that doggy crying somewhere, sis? Is that why the sunshine has disappeared? I haven't seen the doggy for a while now. Did my saying there's no such thing as gods cause all this? Snowy, the hole digging king. I never dreamt that you were a god. You're gonna make Hayabusa a nervous wreck if you don't get that sun shining again soon. Amaterasu, thanks to you, we can protect our village by ourselves. But you must be strong and triumph over evil. For the canine warriors so dearly wish to see you once more. That god sure was burning with passion. I don't know what happened, but if that mongrel doesn't come out of hiding, I'll have to send up a really big one to reignite that passion. Huh, so that wolf was really a god. Perhaps I should have made an offering of my bamboo ware. It may be my fault that the sun has ceased to shine. That's not true, Mr. Bamboo. Who would have ever thought that that rascal was really Shiranui reborn? My, how that god loved my cherry cakes. Oh, I love Mrs. Orange so much. Could this darkness be caused by hunger? Go figure, a grandma, you know, would say that. Chirp. Uh-oh. The boss is praying. Snowy, did something happen to you? Why has the sun suddenly disappeared? Fido won't roll over and play dead for evil. No brother of mine would dream of it. Something in your brushwork touches the heart, Isun. You never abandoned your life as an artist after all. When one tries to master something, it ends in either success or failure. But it is in the attempt itself where you find the true value. Believe in your own power and walk your own path. Isu, I see you have finally heeded your calling. Your resolve is plain to see in your drawing. It has the power to move people's hearts and inspire their faith in the gods. Amaterasu, their faith shall be your power. He did it. My grandson did it. Look at the spirit behind this beautiful brushwork. He truly deserves the title of Celestial Envoy. It's work like this that can show the true glory of the gods and guide people to the right path. There's one thing I'm sure of, Amaterasu. You found a much better companion than I could ever be. Okay, everyone, I know it's kind of hard to see in this darkness, but get a load of my latest work. Isun, the Wandering Artist, presents his interpretation of the great god Amaterasu. Can you hear me, Amy? You're not floundering about without me, are you? You gotta pull yourself together. I finally chose my path, and I have the resolve to see it through. I've started to roam the land as your missionary. But you gotta take care of things on your end, too. Don't look so sad. Just psych yourself up like we always did, remember? Oops, almost forgot. Check these out, everyone. It's the great god Amaterasu descending from the heavens. Pretty good, huh? Amy was smiling down from the sky just a little while ago. Something must have disturbed the furball's concentration. That's why the world has gone dark. Without Amy, we can't take a refreshing nap outdoors. Rice won't grow. Plants and flowers will wither. Laundry won't dry. Monsters will roam about like they own the place. In other words, our world will be a total mess. No one wants to live in a world like that. Especially me. So come on, everybody. Let's join together to call upon the great god. Let's show Amy that we truly believe. Put your hands together and pray. Let's make our gratitude obvious. I mean, we shouldn't pray only when we want something. We should consider how the gods must feel once in a while. We should even take on some of their burden. If you pray with all your heart, maybe the sun will cheer up and show itself once again, lighting our world with its heavenly glow. After all, the best thing about the great god Amaterasu is that happy-go-lucky spirit. Right, Amy? Answer if you can hear me, you big furball. That part always gets me so teary. And there it is. There's the sun. And there we finally are. Gosh, it's beautiful. Now I'm gonna kick this thing's butt for making me cry for the billionth time. I'm sure our prayers have reached you, Amy. I know that no matter how dark it gets, where that god is now, there's a great big smile behind that shining sun up there. There we go. There we go! Whoo! Screw you, Yami. UFO! Fantastique, Amaterasu. What a long and winding road it's been, eh, Machete? But at last, our arch-nemesis, Yami, the Dark Lord, who brought darkness upon the land of mortals, has been annihilated for all eternity. I must say, I was really surprised by your little bouncing friend. You couldn't have done it without him. That's true. You couldn't have done it without Isu. That tickles. Down! Heal! You're going to lick me to death. Well, Amaterasu, time to embark to even stormier seas. Making the world a better place is never easy. You must return to the celestial plane and set things in order. Only then can you usher in a new age of peace in the mortal world. Our journey is far from over, Machete. Now, full speed ahead. First stop, the celestial plane. Sakuya. The path to heaven, eh? Kinda sounds like fun. You remember what I said the first time I met you, Amy? There's no stopping me once I've made a decision. So I'm going, Furball. There's no way you're gonna stop me. I'm gonna put out all the stops and inspire people's faith in you. You're gonna have more believers than you know what to do with. You'll see. Until then, take care of yourself, you big furball. Oh, and he has a tree. He has a little sapling. And there it is, the celestial plane. Amazing. And that's it. That is Okami. That is the game. And oh my goodness, is it amazing. Phew. So, one of the things that I know people don't like about the HD is because it doesn't use the same ending song as the original. But it's still amazing. This whole game just... You don't get more beautiful, right? The style. This was one of those games that it was just so unique in so many ways. It was unique in the way that it utilized painting powers for puzzles. The style was unique. And I have rarely found a game where I connect with all the characters, you know, in a way, like, they're so real and so human that I remember them. I remember their names. I empathize with their struggles, right, and what they're going through. And it's so amazing to me. And I love the humor, right? It obviously has crude, perverted humor, but it can still make you sob, you know? A game that can jump from being hilarious to stressful to sad to beautiful and can just make you feel the whole spectrum of emotions, I think is extremely rare. And for this game to have come out on the PlayStation 2 and be able to do that is just something else. I have beaten this game so many times. I love this game. This is a game that I treasure and cherish because you just don't see experiences like this very often. At least I don't think so. And like I said, this game means more to me than just a game, right? It connected me with so many amazing people. And, you know, my best friend that passed away, she bought me this game because we had it in common that we loved this game. And when the HD came out, I couldn't afford it. And she bought it for me for a present. And then we played it side by side. We were talking about, you know, the progress that we both made. And, you know, so now this game means more to me than just playing a game that I love. When I play this game, I think of my friend. I think of Greer. And I think of the people that mean the most to me and are closest to my heart. So this game is just so much more than a game to me. It is a comfort, it is a reminder of the things lost, but the things I love, and just... If you've never played Okami, like, this is your sign, like, go play it. Like, it is stunning, and I cannot wait for the sequel, because... man, we deserve it. You know, we deserve it. But that is Okami HD, and just wow, what an experience! And I'm so happy that you guys, you know, have joined me in it. So, but yeah, and look at this artwork. Like, everything about this game is amazing, and it shows basically everybody's past. So Samiko, Oki, and Laika, they continue to destroy evil. Orihime, she ended up having a baby. So there's an heir. So she was pregnant when she was the water dragon, which is crazy. I love the imps. The Kusa 5 continued to protect Kusa Village. And I love the Isun's bouncing on their head. And they actually helped him in his missionary work in delivering the papers for Amaterasu, which I think is amazing. But, oh man, just so cute. So cute. And these cherry blossoms, like, aw, love it. My own dog came over and started licking my leg. Let's see what our score is. Oh yeah, and then Kushi and Susano. They have a son. But see, that's where Okami Den kind of messes up the timeline of things. And we are back in Isun's hobble. And that concludes this most secret of tales. Well then, I'd say that's enough storytelling for today. This story contains the hopes and dreams of many fine people. Keep it close to your heart and cherish it. What's that? You want to know why I alone know this tale that no one knows? You listened to the whole story and never figured it out? You missed the whole point! Jeez, what's wrong with you? Isun, we know it's you. I suppose I'll have to tell the whole story all over again. You'd best learn to show my brush the respect it deserves. Anyway, I'm tired. Let's call it a day. If you're eager to hear more, I can tell you the rest of the story some other time. Until then, do your best to live up to the heroes I told you about. It's time to roll this scroll up and give it a title. Okami Amaterasu's Adventure. Come back again, okay? Oh, I will. I'm sure I'll play this game 1,000 other times. Until next time. Alright. So this is the rest of the credit sequence, and we'll let it play out. But as far as the sequel for Okami goes, what I'm really hoping is that we do continue into the Celestial Plane. Okami Den as a game, it's considered a spin-off. It's not really considered canon as it wasn't made by the same people, and obviously it was for the Nintendo DS. And in it, we kind of see Susanoo and Kushi's son, but, and this is a spoiler alert, it turns out it's not actually their son. They found this kid, and, you know, there's this whole side plot that's going on with it. And the thing is I really just didn't get the same sense with that story that I got with Okami. You know, I didn't get the same feelings, the same emotion. I didn't relate to the characters as much. And so, for the sequel, I want a true sequel, but I think it'll take place in that Celestial Plane. And I'm really hoping that it does. Again, I know that I've mentioned this before, with the I guess the worries about the style, and I really do keep that. I hope that they keep a similar style, even if they change it up a little bit. I hope that it's highly stylized, like highly artistic. Maybe it shows a different era of art from that time, but I really hope for something similar to that. Give me my score! Okay, time was good, damage was okay. But you know what? I'm fine with that. Alright, total results. Playtime 34 hours, days past 43, saves 73. Okay. 0 deaths. Enemies defeated 461. Money gained. Okay. Demon Fangs found. Oh. Praise earned. Alright. Nice. Nice. So we didn't get all cherry blossoms. It would have been cool, but I think in order to get the Demon Fangs, you obviously have to get, like, all the items and things like that. Enemies defeated. I didn't spend a lot of time on those sorts of things. So there's that. You got presents from Isun. Yay! Karmic Transformer. Karmic Returner. Stray Bead. Karmic Transformer 3. 5. 7, 8, 9 freaks me out, man. And the Secret Theater. There we go. Nice. You can save the game here. The save file will be used to restart your new adventure. Saving to a new file instead of overwriting is recommending. Would you like to save the game? Of course. We're gonna go ahead and save it on the first one. There we go. And then when we start, we can start from the beginning, which is really, really nice. There we go. And now we have the Secret Theater. Presents from Isun. There we go. So whenever you beat the game, your score does determine whether or not you get these extra things. So there is a sort of like new game plus, and it's where you get to keep like all your perks, essentially, like all your health, all your ink pots, that sort of thing, and you get to transform yourself. But yeah, you get to transform yourself into those karmic transformers. So. And this is like the demon scroll, so you get to view the whole scroll in its entirety of all the monsters that you fought. And we didn't really complete the bestiary, which is kind of sad, so there's obviously some monsters that were missing, which is why there's some gaps. So there's that. We also have the video treasure chest. These show some concepts for Okami, which is actually really cool. So originally Okami was going to be a realistic style game. So watching these are really weird because when they went from realistic style to this style, it is really odd. If you've never seen it before, I highly recommend it. We do obviously have the music box, which is really cool. And then of course we get the concept art, which I love seeing. Because again, they were kind of going between this real style, this actual like realistic style versus what they ended up going with. And it's really cool to see the different ideas that they had. Originally, they were going to make the markings blue, which I think is absolutely stunning. And oh man, like I love art like this, like the Shiranui and stuff, like all those, freaking amazing. Especially when you see the ones for like solar flare and that sort of thing, like these are amazing and I love them. And I just like the different stages that the characters went through, and they put so much thought into it, and I love it so much. Even Mr. Orange, I love this like big bearded kind of big bellied guy. But yeah, and it's just like I love seeing the final illustrations of them, so it's something that's really, really amazing. Even for the monsters, the different concepts they had for them, some of these monsters are really intense. They were obviously made after Onis and stuff, so it's just really amazing to see it. Especially with the environments and stuff, like, oh man, just so stunning. And then of course you have the high-res bestiary and things like that. So there's just so much that is amazing about this. But anyways, that is all I have for this video. Yeah, leave a like if you're liking these types of videos. Obviously, I love doing long plays and things like that, and just, man, thank you for joining me in this journey. It has been so amazing. As always, you know, leave comments in the comment section down below of what you thought, that sort of thing, and, you know, if you want to see more games, or if you have games that you recommend like this, I mean, just let me know in the comment section down below. I will be playing Nier Replicant next, and that will take me a while, but there are some games I'm going to play in between. But anyways, thank you guys so much for your continued support on my channel and allowing me to play my favorite games. And as always, I will see you guys in the next video. Alright, ciao you guys.